just ended. I'm not sure why, and I could not resume it, but I just wanted to say if you want to have children, have your children. If you're done with children, then that's fine. I know our topic went left. I hope everyone can come back onto my live. You know, I hope you guys can come back onto my live because if you have your children, have your children. But if you feel like there's a limit to you having kids, then go ahead. Some people are okay with having one child, and some people are okay with having, um, 10, 13 children. To each their own. We each have our body. We each can have our kids, you know. We each can have our kids. Have as many kids as you want. Hi, Body Swap. How are you? No, guys, please, you also have to like this live when you come in. Please don't forget to like the live. I don't have any tattoos because I'm very afraid of tattoos, but I would love to get like a little heart. Yeah, having children do hurt, but it's a natural thing. We're meant to have children. That's how we reproduce and keep the world going, by having children. So it is what it is. Have your children, enjoy your children. I don't look down on people who have plenty of children, and I don't look down on people who have one or have no children. Every woman have a choice. It's her body. She can have as many children as she want. So it's up to her because we have to carry that baby. We have to deal with the pain. We have to deal with the hurt of having the children. So guys, I hope like my live as you come into the live. So if you have a lot of children, kudos to you. I commend you because children is very hard. It's very hard to take care of children, to carry children, and to have them. It's very difficult. So I commend people who have more than one, who have plenty. Hi, Ava. How are you? How are you doing, Ava? I hope you're having a wonderful night. Don't forget to like my live. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that we can talk. I love talking to you guys. Yes, I hope you're doing good, Ava. You know, I'm twerking. When do you want me to twerk? You can't twerk on YouTube. YouTube would ban you, Brett, for twerking. But you guys haven't liked my live, try to like it as you come in. I would really appreciate it. The more you like it, the more it will bring traffic to my page, and we can have plenty of conversations with other people, with plenty of people from all over the world. So I hope you guys like my live. But Body swap, what are you saying? Are you saying that you're a surrogate mother? Because that's what it sounds like. You're a surrogate mother. Is that what you're saying? Because who would want to have babies every day in every girl's body? Does that make any sense? That doesn't make sense. So you're a surrogate and you can't have babies every day. You mean every 9 months? Because that makes no sense. That makes no sense to me. It's either you're honest or you're not, or you're cuckoo. You're just smoking something. Because you cannot have babies every day in your own body. Okay, but if that's how you feel, like you're having babies every day, that's how you feel. You know, I can't. I can't. If that's how you feel, you seem like you love to have babies. I love the three that I have. I don't want to have any more. And to the young girls or whoever is having a child, congratulations to you. I wish you well. I wish the baby well. It's a blessing to be able to give birth. It's a blessing to be able to have babies. There's people who can't have babies. They go to in vitro and they still don't have it. So your womb is a blessing if you're able to have, a lot of children. So don't let the world tell you that you shouldn't have a lot of children. If that's what you want, then please have your children. Don't let the world stop you. If you can take care of your children, have your children and move on, okay? Have your children and enjoy your children. Children are a blessing. They're cute, they're fun. They're a lot of work. They're a lot of work. So mentally, you have to be able to mentally be there for your kids. I love my children. I love all kids, my nieces or nephew, my friends' kids. Kids that I see. I think kids are so innocent and people should really protect your children. Just protect them. Kids are so emotional. We should protect them and love them. All they need is your presence as a parent. They just need you there. Know that you're there for them. Know that you're listening to them. Communicate. Remember, kids are not our friends. We have to raise them. We have to teach them the way, you know. But I wish everyone the best. When my kids grow up, I'll be very sad. I always complain about how my kids are a lot of work, but I enjoy them being a lot of work. I enjoy and try to soak in every moment because I know one day they'll be big men and they won't want anything to do with me, okay? So I enjoy them while I have them. So I hope you guys enjoy your kids. If you have 10, 13 kids, enjoy it. I see a lot of influencers on YouTube who are having plenty of children. They're having like 13 kids, 10 kids, 9 kids, 11 kids. They just keep having kids back to back to back. And people were trying to stop that. They were trying to stop people from having, a lot of kids. They were trying to prevent saying it's bad to have a lot of kids, but it's not. If you want to have a lot of kids and you know how to take care of your kids, it's not a bad thing. It's good for you, girl, but not for me. I will not be that one to have a lot of kids, you know. And my mom had 6 kids, and I said, Mom, I don't know how you do it because me personally, I kids take away your freedom. Well, nowadays people have nannies, they can afford nannies and they can go where they want to go, do what they want to do, and especially if they're a social media family, they're getting paid so they can do things with their families that people back then weren't able to do, go on a vacation with like 6 kids or 13 kids. That's a lot of money, a lot of work. So kudos to the ladies who are having a lot of children. God bless you. Guys, don't forget to like my live. And sometimes people question or wonder why people are having a lot of children because that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. If they want to have a lot of children, that's what they want to do. We cannot curse them for it. We cannot tell them, oh, they're wrong. It's their bodies. We're not in their household taking care of their children for them. You know, it's their choice. Everyone has a choice. Now, talking about children and, what came into mind is the abortion rights, how, where the US has limited girls from having abortions. They can't do it, but that's another topic. So that popped into my head. But I'm just saying, if you want to have your child, have your child. If you don't want to have children, then be safe. Be safe when you're doing it. Be safe. Don't get pregnant. Do it safely. Don't, because some people don't want to have kids, and it's okay. There's a lady on TikTok that I follow. She called herself a rich auntie because she said her mom had 2 kids, and it was difficult for her mom to raise the kids, and because of that she decided not to have children. So she just wanted to have a rich life without children, and that's her choice. That is her choice if she just want to live her life for herself and not to have children. And I also saw this couple on YouTube. They said they had a bad childhood, but they didn't want to have their own natural born children, but they adopted a little girl. So with that, I don't know how that made sense, but they have a child via adoption, but they don't want their own natural kid. They don't want any child with their own DNA, which is really, that is questionable to me. But then again, it's their choice. They can do what they want to do with their life because we're not taking care of their lives. They're taking care of their lives. Guys, please like my live when you come in because that will definitely help me in the future. Make sure you guys like my live. So I would say have your children if you want your children. Don't let people talk you or deter you from having your kids, but make sure you love and take care of your kids. Stop having kids and having other people take care of them. If you have a lot of kids, don't push it on to your parents. Kyrie, make sure you like my life, please. If you have a lot of kids, make sure you don't push it on to your parents like a mom or dad, because parents need time too. I told my kids I don't want a lot of grandkids. You guys can have two kids each and that's it. Will they listen? I don't know. Because when you're a grandparent, okay, Kyrie, what do you want to say? You can type what you want me to, to reply to, and I'll definitely reply to you, but you have to type it. Go ahead. What do you want me to talk about? I can certainly talk about it. Now, right. I don't want a lot of grandkids because it will be a lot of work. Because there's a lot of adults who are having kids and they don't want to take care of their kids. They push it off on the grandmothers, you know, and it's not good. The grandparents should be able to live their free life. They should be able to enjoy life after having kids. After I'm done with raising kids, I don't want to be a parent again, because being a parent is hard. So I tell my kids they have to be responsible. I know they're young, and I will definitely be in my grandkids' life. I just hope my kids have girls because I have no girls. So I want granddaughters and grandsons, of course. But I just tell them to limit it, because when I'm older and done raising kids, I will be traveling the world. I'll be a grandma, a real grandma. So, Kyrie, what are you asking? And Brett cosign, no, I'm not twerking. Please like my live Brett cosign and Kyrie. I am not twerking. I don't twerk. I don't twerk. Guys, that's why I don't drink, because when I drink, I don't act like myself. So, that's why I don't really drink, because I'm too friendly when I drink, and I just like to dance and talk to people. So when I drink, I am very friendly. I just go up into crowds. Like say I'm thinking of when I was younger. When I drink, I go into, like, if you're a crowd of strangers, I join your group. We start dancing together like I know you from a long time ago. And, I just start dancing with random people. So that's why I don't go out and I don't drink. Yes, when I drink now, I stay at home because my husband don't want me to drink and be friendly to other people. So I just thank you so much, Kyrie. I appreciate it. You still haven't liked my live. Guys, please like my live. I would really appreciate it. That will help me, in the future. Just like the live. Hi, Nana. That's such a nice name. Yes, drinking, I'm just too friendly. I'm a friendly girl when I drink. I'm naturally friendly. Do you know when they say, oh, you're the drunk friend without drinking alcohol? So when music comes on, I'm like the drunk friend without drinking alcohol. I don't have to drink to have like a fun, bubbly personality, because that's like my true personality. I'm like fun, bubbly. So, yeah, when they say you're the drunk friend without alcohol, think of me. Like, I love to dance and go crazy when I hear music that I like, but I don't have to have alcohol. But when you put alcohol in it, it just makes me too friendly, and that's why I don't really like to go out. Like, I'll go to brunch, you don't have to do that, but I'll start talking to everybody when I drink, and it's so crazy. In the summer, we went to story time. We went to like a fest in town, and I drank, and it was a little drink. My body cannot take liquor as well, so I don't drink that much. One drink could get me very tipsy, and it was wine. And throughout the whole time in that park, I was interviewing people, asking them, how did you like this experience today? And I didn't know them. So drinking for me is a no-no, because I'm friendly, yes, but too friendly is a no-no. You could get as people could take you away. Nobody wants me, guys. I'm 43. But yeah, if you're too friendly, people will take you away. So, drinking, if you can handle it, then go ahead and do it. Some people, they can do it. Me, yeah, I'll do it at home. When I go out, I don't do it that much. I'll have one drink and then I just have water to sip it down because I'm not really a drinker like that, you know? Hi, Caroline, how are you? You can deal with what age? Hi, guys. How are you? Don't forget to like my live. I think yes, you should drink at home with your spouse, or if you're going out with a group of people who like is your friends, like a large group, yes. But going out alone, no. A lady went out with me, a friend, and I was really dressed. You guys know what stush means, right? In Jamaica, stush. Well, I'm very kind of reserved. That's why I don't like to drink because it kind of it brings out my alter ego. So I don't really like to drink because I don't want to go out and act a mess. But sometimes when you're with your girlfriends, it's okay to go out, drink, and have fun. No, I mean that I'm too social when I drink. Like, I'm too social. I talk to strangers, which is okay. Oh, no one wants me because in my 40s, right? I said no one would want to steal, take me away. It's a joke. Yeah, drink when I drink, I am too social. I like to dance and be the center of attention, and I don't like that. So I don't like how I act when I drink, which is not crazy. Some people act worse. They're on the tables doing this, doing that, but I just have to dance and talk to everybody. And it's like, no, no, I don't want to do that. So that's why I don't drink. Some people, I guess they're okay with their alter egos. Me, I'll have fun at home or with family parties. But yeah, when me and my friends go out, we have a ball because I have some silly friends, and we'll just have fun with each other. I don't mean it in that way, guys, meaning we'll just dance and act silly. We can have really real fun because we've known each other for a long time. So it's like you're with family. I have sisters I can go dancing with, and my mom, she's so strict. She don't dance, she don't listen to music. So sometimes we'll be very silly with her. We'll start whining in front of her. She's like closing her eyes. She's so strict. I'm like, wow, it's so funny, you know? No, guys, I can't have fun with you because I don't really go out. See, I'm always here talking to you guys. I don't go out much. Like, I can't go out and take care of kids, which some people can balance that life. But now that I have school starting, no, I have to be home. I'll have fun on the weekends, but I don't really like the clubs like that. I get anxiety real bad, you know. And guys, sometimes when people get anxiety, maybe drinking calm it down, but no, I don't like to drink when I don't like to be too friendly. I don't mind having fun. I love to have fun, of course. I'm not talk, but when you drink, guys, just drink safely. I just don't drink too much, and I always have like a bottle of water. You know, I have water to wash it down before I leave. But I don't go clubbing that much. I'll go to the brunch, or if somebody's having a party, I'll go to a party. Hi, Sigma Gamer. Please make sure you like my live and thank you for being new to my channel. I hope you guys are having fun. Now, are you guys social drinkers or do you guys go drink at home? Drinking is not really for me because I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't really like drinking. I drink maybe once in a while. I don't drink that much, social drinker, but not I'll have a glass of wine. And guys, I'm talking about back in my 20s when we used to go out all the time. Me and my friends, we don't go, we'll have brunch together now, but going to a club, no. We don't do that because we've had additional children. We have more responsibilities, so we don't do that much. I know people who still they go out, but I'm not judging them because I feel like some people that's just their vice. Everyone have their vice. Eventually they'll grow out of it, but we can't judge them because we all have our vice. Some people be like, "Oh, you're 40 something, you're not allowed to go to the club." But who am I to tell someone they're not allowed to go to the club at a certain age? I'm not taking care of that person. It's up to that person to figure out whether that's good for their lifestyle or not. It's up to them to say whether or not they want to go to the club. It's their life. I'm not taking care of them. They're taking care of themselves as an adult. So it's up to you if you want to go to the club every weekend or go to every party. Where I'm from, there's a city that have a lot of Caribbeans, and so they're always having parties. They're always having, it's like a big gala party, then I'll go like the fancy one, but I just don't like to go out that much. I'll go out on vacations, but in town, no. I've outgrown those a lot. I've outgrown that. And that's the thing. A lot of people, they don't outgrow certain things, and you have to. But then again, like I said, I can't judge people for that because we each evolve at different stages in our life. I can evolve at 30, and another person, they're still going to the club at like 50, 53, or even 60. Some people, they will evolve when it's their time to evolve. They'll change when it's their time to change. But we can't judge them because we all have our own vices. We all have our own flaws and things that we need to work on. Okay? So, yeah, drinking just home. I'll drink at home sometimes, maybe once in a while, but I don't go out that much. I'm not boring, but I'm with my kids most of the time doing kid stuff. The kids have taken over my life with their sports. I'm at a lot of sports events. And can you guys believe people will bring liquor at a sports event? Like they want to be lit at a meet. I'm like, oh my God. Once I went to a meet and this guy, he passed out. These kids are right. So you have to drink responsibly because a lot of people are doing, you don't drink and drive and also drink responsibly. But like I said, we cannot tell people, if you have a friend or a family member that you see is doing things excessively, like that's not good for their life, meaning partying too much or drinking too much, you have to tell them, you need to get some type of help. Because sometimes when people go out excessively every weekend, they're going through something because that's not normal to me. Like you have small children and you're going out every weekend. That's not normal. you know you have to connect and spend time with your children. When you drink and get drunk, when you wake up the next day, it's going to be hard to even deal with your kids because if you get a hangover, you're getting up at what, like 1, 2 o'clock. And well, some people, they're able to balance, but I don't know how they do it. I could not balance. Some people can balance where they go out late and wake up early, but we can just talk to them or try to help them, but then we cannot judge them because that's what they like to do. That's their vice. Like some people, they like gambling, they like going to the casino, they like doing crazy, they like doing those things, but that's what they like to do. But we can just give them advice, try to talk to them, but we cannot judge them, because like I said, we all have our vices. We all have things that we need to work on. Nobody's perfect, but you have to just know who you should surround yourself with, what type of friends you want to be around, what type of family you want to be around. If your friends are going out all the time and that's not for you anymore, you have to separate yourself. Unfortunately, that means that you have evolved from your friends, and it's okay. It's okay for you to evolve and elevate. Your life is on a different path. Maybe you'll be an inspiration to your friends and they'll stop partying all the time. And you know, in the Caribbean culture, Caribbean people party, like it's normal to them. They don't see it as a problem where they go out every weekend. Like Jamaicans, they're a big party culture. And, you know, Caribbeans itself, that's a part of their culture. So some of us may think it's not normal, but to them, it's normal. It's normal to get older and keep going to the parties. But, you know, to each your own. It's not for me. It's not for me. I prefer to stay boring, you know. People will call me boring or, you know, they will think I'm boring, but when I go out to the club, they'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know you were so fun," you know, but it's okay. I like for people to perceive me another way. I don't like people to figure me out right away. I'm very mysterious. You guys won't figure me out either, you know. That's a Gemini trait. We don't like people to know everything about us. We like to have a bit of mystery to us. And it's okay. That's what we like. Did I tell you a secret? You can just look it up. It's on Google. It's on Google. What do you mean you're Janice? Are you January? Are you January? Oh, January when? Are you a Capricorn or Aquarius? Capricorn. Are you early January or Capricorn? They say Capricorns are not compatible to me. You guys are totally different. But I feel like Geminis, you can't really listen to the signs because we have friends that are Capricorn. So you guys are different from us. We're like air signs. We like to be free. We're very we like to be free. We change our minds and we like difference. We're very intellectual, so we like to be mentally stimulated. We like to do different things. We're interested in different things. So things like that. We get bored easily. So your birthday is January 1st. Happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday. My late grandmother is born on January 1st. So happy belated birthday. Hi, Salma. How are you? Where are you? India? Don't forget to like my live, Salma. Yes, happy belated birthday. I hope you have a great year. You know, it's just great that your birthday is born on the first day of the year. And, you know, the first day of the year, and then you get to start anew like everyone else on your birthday. I just knew it, Alma. I just knew it. I knew it based on your last name. I'm sorry for judging. Yeah, so I hope you guys are having a great night. You know, like I said, be there for your friends, support your friends, and don't judge them for their vices and family members too. So, what's the time in India? It must be very warm there right now because it's cold here. Very cold. No, I can't give you that, but I'm in the US. I will not give you that. I can't give you that, Selma. It's Carla's way. Carla's way. But it's cold. I'm close to New York. You know? We're close to New York. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. Thank you for chatting with me for a little, you know. Hi, Godspeed. How are you? Salma, did you? Oh, don't they have school tomorrow, Salma? Why are they having an all-nighter? They're off on vacation. So why are they up having an all-nighter? That's they don't rest. Oh, every time like I go to the convenience store, they're having like they're Indian and they're talking to their family member every time. So it's cool. Cell phones are cool. They connect everyone from all over the world. Oh, they go to school at 11. Oh, you live in India, but they live in the UK and go to school at 11. Wow. But still, they should be sleeping. What is that, Salma? What are you typing? You're going to be on timeout soon. You will be on timeout. Ninja, ninja, ninja. Is it an Indian song? Do you watch Bollywood? Do you watch Bollywood? Oh, I'll look it up. Oh, you do? Hi, Ray. How are you from Belgium? My friends are going to Belgium soon. I'm wondering what foods you guys eat there because they're Jamaican. I wonder what they'll be eating there. What time is it in Belgium? What is that? What is that? They should learn how to translate in my chat. Oh, everything is cool in Belgium. Oh, everything is cool. Oh, Selma, thank you. Oh, you're testing her. Okay. G, ninja. Oh, ninja, ninja, ninja. Or ninja, ninja, ninja. I thought you were saying ninja. Ninja, ninja. Yes, I thought you were going to say that word, Salma. That's why I said, why did you type that in the chat? Okay. But do you speak Indian if you speak Indian or Hindi? You guys speak what? Hindi? What's the language in India? Is it Hindi or something? I forgot the name of it. Hindu, Hindi, what is it? Hi, how are you, Elda? Okay. It's just like the songs here, Salma. They'll say stuff and we don't know what they're talking about. They're just in their own world, you know? Okay, I'll look it up on YouTube, Salma. I will. Hi, Joseph. How are you? Yeah, look up the song. Is it a good song? If it's a good song, I'll listen to it. Sometimes I listen to songs from other cultures, you know? Yes, sir, I am. Is there a question? Why do you guys ask that question so much? Am I married? Is there something that you'd like to ask? Okay. Okay. I'll look it up. Right, you guys ask me that every day, and I'm wondering, is there a particular reason that you're asking that? Are you married, Yura? Are you married, Joseph? Are you guys married? You know, my topic will be about marriages next time. Why do you think it's a tough life, Yura? Why do you think it's a tough life? Please explain yourself and be very direct because I like direct so that I can let you know, I can answer you. Why do you think it's a tough life? You know, I'm wondering why you think it's a tough life. It's a hard not life for us. I love that song. It just came into my head. Yes, Salma. Okay. I'm like, uh, Salma, tell Yura again, Yurva. Tell Yura again that, women bring joy and beauty into a man's life. No man should have a tough life because of a woman. We bring the peace, we bring everything. We bring the joy. We bring so much. Any man who have me will have a nice life. Joseph, you're really funny. Hi, Galactic Gamers. How are you? How are you? Joseph, you want to add me to your 38 girlfriends. Why would you have girlfriends and not a wife? I think Joseph is in his head. You know? Does people date on YouTube like someone go on live and they date someone else? I've never heard that before. Like they go on YouTube just to date someone. Maybe if they have a dating platform for their live, but let me see, Salma. Your comment was you're probably single and want her in your life next to you, so don't get jealous of my bestie boo girl, okay? Now hands off, Gabriella. Oh, I mean you're off. Yes, hands off. Happy Sunday, Christina. Yes, I see your comment, boy. Boy. I sometimes I can't read all the comments and respond because it's not on topic because sometimes people are really plain in the comments and sometimes I don't want to respond because the thing about uh 38 girlfriends is not something I want to entertain. It's like because I think he's plain, he doesn't have that many girlfriends. Beady Boo, no, don't call me that. Just call me Carla. Call me Carla. I love my name. Oh my God, Bella, I'm so sorry. I don't swear. Not that much. Well, no, I don't swear, but if someone is talking to me in swear words and I say stop, then eventually I'll just give it back to you. But normally I don't swear. I don't feel like a female should swear. I don't. I'm just. You saw a spider? Yeah. You did? There's no spider. There's no spider in the cold. It's cold here. Yeah, I don't have a reason to swear. I don't swear unless you're arguing with me and there's no spider in the cold. There's no spiders here. Why would you call me the B word and why? Thank you, Joseph. I do look better without makeup. Yeah, you are too much, Salma. I don't really curse if you call me the B word, you know. If you want to curse and call me the B, yeah, sometimes I'll probably call you back the B because I have to defend myself. I'm not like a punk. You know, I can give it to you the way you give it to me. Like, if you want to argue, I can argue. But sometimes I don't waste my energy in arguing with people because what's the point? Like, if you're a stranger and arguing with me, what's the point? What does it solve? You know, it doesn't solve anything. So I normally don't argue with strangers. I'll argue like it with my spouse if he's trying to argue with me, but I don't argue with many people. I don't know that song, Salma. I'm not singing tonight. I'm sorry. We're not here to sing. We're here to chat. I cannot sing. You know, see, boy, Salma, boy is calling you a queen, Salma, so you guys can connect. See, you guys made a connection. I'm so happy for you. Boy and Salma, you can now become friends, you know? See, connect. If you guys are both single, you can both connect. You know, one is in India. Boy, are you in America? Oh, Bella, I'm so sorry. Your dog died and your mom died? I'm sorry. Oh my God, Godspeed. Yes, Boy and Salma, I would love for you guys to connect. Boy is in space and Salma is in India. I don't know. Maybe it's a connection. Maybe it's a connection. Oh gosh. How old are you, Boy, and how old are you in Salma? No, I don't know if they date. I'm just telling them to connect because both seem single. Well, Joseph, I'm not a male. I don't, would not. Oh boy, you're a kid. Why are you on here? I tell YouTube only for adults, but a lot of kids are on here, on your parents. It's a count. Yes, Salma, I guess you can't date. You cannot date, boy. Joseph, I would not want to be a male. I love being a female. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a girly girl. I would always want to be a female in every life, you know? I don't believe in playing games and having multiple partners because there people do crazy things out there and who have time? Can you really afford to have 38 girlfriends? You guys really can afford to have 38 girlfriends and cater to 38 people? You know, cater to 38 people. No, I can't. One is enough for me. You know, I have kids and then I have a husband. I couldn't deal with other people outside of my husband. That's too much work. Then you have to sneak around and hide around. No, life is too short for that. You know, life is too short to play games, guys. Don't play games. Maybe you can play games when you're younger, but I wouldn't advise the younger people to do it. You know, just live life honestly. If you're dating, be honest. Be honest with your partner. Be honest with the person you're dating. You know, stop trying to play games with people. And most of these men who want to play games, they can't afford. They can't afford to date 38 people. They're probably using the women for their money. They don't have their own money because what in the world? 38 people? That's ridiculous. That's a lot of germs going around that, I don't want to be a part of. It's 8:42 p.m. here. I'm sorry your parents' cousin got divorced. It happens. People get divorced. Joseph, you are too much. I hope you get what you want, and I hope you guys have the best connection. But I am not a part of that mix. You're a baby to me. You're my son. Hi, son. Hi, you're like a son to me. But if you guys feel like playing games and dating multiple people, be careful because watch the news. Watch people. Look at what people are doing because they get jealous of a partner having someone else. It's not wise to date multiple people. Stick with one person. Be honest with the person, and stick with one person. You know, Salma, you're gonna go on timeout soon because I think you're having a very bad day. Like your energy is too much for me. Your energy and your spirit is too much. I think you just want something to say. And you sounded very nice when you came on the live, but you're too much. I can't deal with that type of energy. So, unfortunately, Salma, I will have to put you on timeout for about maybe 10 minutes. You know, Salma is on timeout for 10 minutes. She can come back after 10 minutes. I'm so sorry, but she was too much. I just couldn't deal with that. She can think about what she's saying and then come back because the thing that she wants to talk about, I don't want to talk about. And she just keeps saying stuff that I don't understand. Like it's from one topic to the next. Just keep it in one topic, Salma. You know, she was being too much on this live, you know? I just had to put her on timeout. And I love the timeout button now because it's godsend, It's like you can it's godsend because people are just being clowns on here for no reason. I'm having a very proper conversation, trying to have an intelligent conversation, and you guys are talking about things that doesn't make sense. Joseph, if you want to have that many girlfriends, kudos to you, but I'm saying be careful because people are very crazy out there and they will do crazy things to you they will do crazy things to you. So try to stick with one person and try to get a wife. But to each their own. A lot of people like to have different people in their life, but the different energies that you might have to welcome in your life may not be good energies. So I wish you all the best, Joseph, and I hope you find clarity. 2001, you're still very young, but I hope you find clarity and I hope you find the one that is good for you, you know? Yes, a wife is good. It's good to have a partner, a wife. Um, if you don't feel like getting married, a girlfriend, that one steady girlfriend, but to have 38 girlfriends, that is just ridiculous to me. That is overkill. That's being greedy, greedy. Stop being greedy because that could cause you to get, harm in your life. And we don't want that. We don't want you to get harm because you're being greedy, you know? Thank you, old book. I do thank you. That I appreciate that. I appreciate all the love that you guys are giving me. Thank you so much for coming into my live. You guys are really good. I like when you talk properly and don't talk foolish in the comments because I cannot keep up with the foolish. Right. KVT Stone. See, you're teaching him right. You know? Yes. You cannot be greedy when it comes to females. No, he's saying he have 38 females. So to me, that's greed. Why can't you be satisfied with one? Why do you feel like you need to have 38 girlfriends? I don't know how that's confusing to you. Look at KVT Stone comment, and then you'll understand why being greedy with girls is not a good thing, you know? And then social media is just pushing girls in you guys' faces. They're pushing them. All the girls are just dressing provocative and, they're just being nuts. So it's like, guys, you have to wake up. Do not fall into the trap. Try to find a good girl like me that will treat you well, will cook for you, clean for you, go on vacation with you, you know, welcome you home when you come home. One man is enough. One girl is enough. You don't need headaches. How do you guys like to have headaches? You like to have headaches? Is that the life you want to live? You want to have headaches? You want to don't live in peace? Who wants that? No one wants that, you know? Yeah, it's multiple problems, multiple different personalities. Nobody wants that. If you want that in 2026, I feel bad for you. That means you have not evolved, you have not grown. And I'm not judging you because some guys are really like that, but I feel like they have an issue. I've seen it where people they're married and they're constantly cheating on their spouse. Those people have an issue because can you never get enough? What's enough? What's enough? What is enough? Okay, Joseph, you don't have to let one bad apple make you change your ways. If you're an honest and decent person, just keep it that way. Don't let a girl deter you from your true personality. If Elon Musk want to be a trillionaire, then that's his destiny. His millions and trillions have nothing to do with me because he's not giving me any of that money. Big boss, you have one and your wallet is draining. Right. Joseph, you must have it good if you have that many. You must have it good. If you have 38 girlfriends, you must have it quite good where you can support all 38 of them, you know? But if you guys believe in having that many, that's up to you. Some people they're never satisfied. They're never ever satisfied. And that's their life. They'll never be satisfied. Like I said, oh God, I have to social media is, you know, buy up everything with what? Joseph is not, I don't think Joseph is like a bill. Oh, are you saying Elon Musk can buy up everything? Elon Musk, he's a billionaire. Kudos to him. Kudos to the billionaires. Kudos to them because you know what they should do? Teach us how to become a billionaire. Teach us how to become a millionaire. Kudos to them. They should just teach us how to become one, you know? And boy, what do I look like without a wig? Why is that such an issue? Did you go to my other lives? Go to my shorts. You'll see me without my wig. And how do you know this is a wig? This is probably my hair with a headband. Joey, what are you going to teach? Right. I feel like it's so crazy how billionaires are billionaires and they don't help others to become billionaires. Look at Jeff Bezos. You know, they said the United States have 900 billionaires, not millionaires, 900 billionaires in the United States. You know, I've researched, they have 900 billionaires, you know? Big boss, how do you know this is who we? Oh my god. But you're so funny. The US have 900 billionaires and they have not, you know how they could teach the regular society how to be millionaires. Why aren't they doing that? It's a political thing, guys. I'm telling you, it's political, all political. They want people at the very bottom and then people at the very top. Because why on earth is 900 people a billionaire? You know, and people are like homeless. Why on earth is that happening in a country? So that's true, KBT Stone. But I mean, how can he afford 38 girlfriends? Really, Joseph? So are you a trillionaire? Thank you so much, the world of Ragus. Oh, people are greedy. Nero, I understand you. So I was specifically talking about how people are greedy with women. But yeah, people are very greedy with money because you're right. Elon Musk is a billionaire and he wants to be a trillionaire. And I'm wondering why. They pretty much want to be trillionaires and billionaires to rule the world. That's it. They don't have, you know, they have enough money, but they want to rule us. They want to be rulers in a very bad way, negative way. You know, they want to take control because, you know, money has power. When you have money, you get to do and say certain things. You get to have power over certain people. So I feel that's why he wants to be a trillionaire. You know, it's greed. Yes, it's greed. And it's also to take power over us, the human mind. Look at everything that he's been doing with those the cyber trucks, the cyber cars, the electric cars with now it's AI. You know, he has the robots coming out. He have a lot of control, and that's the thing. He have a lot of control over what's happening in the world because electronics are taking over. AI is taking over. Everything is taking over. And who's behind that? It's all the big techs. Elon Musk and right. You're right, KBT Stone. Elon and all the 900 billionaires in the US have more than enough money to house the homeless. The US should not have any homeless. If you're hearing that so many people have that much money, they have more than enough money to make housing for the homeless. The people with mental health, they can help them, medicate them, get them off the streets. I had a friend who went to he went to, is it not Washington D.C. but Seattle, Washington. He had to do like a cruise from Seattle, Washington, and he said when he went to the hotels in Seattle, Washington, all he saw on the ground in front of the hotels or on the street were needles everywhere. Needles, 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 needles. There's so much addiction. And I did watch on TV. I was watching on YouTube the amount of homelessness in Seattle, Washington, and so many addiction. So yes, these billionaires, they have money just to please themselves and their families, but they're not really helping the homeless and they're not helping people off the street. I do understand that some homeless people, they do have mental help, and some of them don't really want to be helped, because I was also watching a show on YouTube. I can't remember the show, where the guy said he likes being homeless and he didn't want a home. He wanted to continue to be homeless. So they also have things like that. But I feel like if they want to be homeless, they can set up a camp or something. Maybe, campground where they have campground, right? Where they have like mobile homes and stuff. Things like that where they're free to be in nature, but they can live, they're still outside. They can help them. I just feel like there's a will and way to help the country. I don't think anyone should be in poverty if there's 900 billionaires, but it's all politics. When you see people getting over $1 million a year and others getting like 20,000, how is that a balance, and why is that so? Why should it be that so? It shouldn't be that way. Everyone should be able to live in a nice home. Everyone should be able to drive a nice car. Everyone should be able to live, with food and have food, you know? Okay. We're talking about 900 billionaires right now in the US, and how no one should be homeless. Free Venezuela, but Salma, I put you on timeout because we were having a good topic, but you were going crazy, and they didn't like it. Oh my God, Finland have no homeless? Right, right, KBT Stone. I'm sorry, Salma. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but I just needed a break from your comment. Happy Sunday, AJTV. Oh, okay. Hi, Misa. Thank you, Angel. Okay. So Finland have no homeless. That is really interesting that Finland have no homeless. And I think every country could strive for no homeless. There's ways to there's ways to not have any homeless people. If you have 900 billionaires, they can help. If the country have access to give so many people so much money, they can help. There should be no one homeless. No one should not get good health care. No one should not get good food, healthy foods. you know I just think we should we should be a country where we're very evolved. They're saying America is evolved. But guys, I went to Skid Row and it hurt my feelings, the amount of homeless that was on Skid Row. It was very sad. I'm telling you, it broke my heart. I actually cried when I went to Skid Row. I actually cried when I went to, I'm not African Mesa. Thank you so much. I thank you so much, guys. I appreciate, thank you, Dakota. You know, I'm so sorry, Salma. I did not mean to make you feel anyway, but it's you were saying stuff that I did not like on the live. Happy birthday, Mesha, when it comes on April 8th. So yeah, it's just crazy how Finland have no homeless. Okay, Joseph, if you do have money to make everyone a millionaire, I hope you're able to do that. Sorry, Salma, for putting you on timeout, but sometimes people need to be on timeout. Thank you so much. Right. Now, I went to the store, guys, the other day on the first of the month. And every time on the first of the month, remember when they had the strike? Remember when they had the strike? Okay. Joseph, if you can make everyone billionaire, I do. Go ahead. Tell us how to become billionaire. Help. You see so many people on the chat. Go ahead and help them. So the thank you, Karim. So the US attitude is to pull yourself up. You have to pull yourself up. I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? So remember when we had to strike when people weren't getting SNAP benefits and the stores were very much empty. No one was out shopping for food. How is it that people need to get benefits to shop for food? How is it that they're not getting um money, they're not getting their money from their job or money from their career to buy sufficient food for their family? The stores were empty when the snaps benefit was frozen. I did not see anyone in the stores, but I went the other day. Normally I order groceries, I don't go in the stores that much anymore. I just order and pick up. So the other day on the first, I went inside the grocery store and it was super crowded. So you can tell that the snaps are back, the SNAP benefits. And I'm wondering why do people need those funds to buy something that's a necessity, food? Why aren't they getting that from their employment? Why aren't they getting sufficient funds, sufficient money in from their employment to buy something that we need? We can't survive without food for food. That it's all politics to me. Like something is really up. Why is that? You know? Okay. I have to look up the Finland. Congratulations, Caroline. Right, the toilet papers were gone. Remember? Yes, how were the toilet papers gone? Paper is from tree. How are we ever running out of toilet paper? So that was really, really crazy. It's just the way things are going, people have to wonder why. Why is things like this? You know, there's people being millionaires and billionaires, and then people are suffering to have food, you know? Okay, Joseph, I'll look into your YouTube. No, people are suffering just to have something that we need on a daily basis, which is food. So if we live in the US, and I know all over the world is affected, all over the world is affected. So we need to wonder, why is that happening? Why is people happening saying, a basic necessity of food that you cannot get unless you get assistance. Every job. And you know what I hate in the US is like when you go certain places, they say I just found out that they don't tip in the UK. Tipping in the UK is not a requirement, and in the US you have to tip. It's like, it's some places they'll add the gratuity onto your check. Like you have to tip no matter if the service was poor or what. And in the UK, I heard this guy, he said they don't have to tip in the UK. It's not a requirement. Someone came to America and they say everywhere they have to tip, 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 tip. But in the UK, that's not present. So they're not paying these employees enough. So that's why they have to, it's like we have to pay them extra money because their employers are not paying them enough. And I think that should be wrong. If people in every industry should get paid enough to survive. Okay. I do understand what you're saying, Nero. So if they have enough to live, why are jobs necessary? But I feel like people do have to work because if people don't work, then things might get kind of crazy where you have a lot of crimes and stuff because people will get too idle. So they should work, but I think that there should not be anyone that's homeless. There's certain country where there's no poor. What do they say? I think it's Switzerland is like one of the richest countries, or Sweden one of those countries where there is no poor you know but I do feel like people, if people are capable to work, they should work. And that's the problem with the SNAP. A lot of people don't work and they get these free services, but people will become idle and do dangerous things if some of them don't work you know Yeah, but do you think AI can take over all jobs? Some jobs require human thinking. That's what I was talking about in my other live. Yes, AI is very good. Yes, AI is very intelligent. Yes. But some jobs you still need a human being along with the robots. The robots cannot do every single thing. They need humans as well. Right. So that's the culture we have, KVT. We just feel like tipping because it's just a US culture that everywhere we go, we have to tip, but it's not required in every country. It's not. It's not required in every country, you know? Right. Bars, I feel so too. Like, say you want to, like, not work, like, physically work, then you have to probably try to invest in passive income. And passive income is very, like, it depends. To be a landlord is very stressful if you have a good tenant, because I was a landlord before and I had to give it up. Well, I'm still a landlord, but I mean for like a duplex. And I had to really give that up because the tenants were so difficult to deal with. But it depends on where you want your passive income to be. There's different types of passive income. When it comes to real estate, it can be very difficult. You have to know how to deal with people and know who to, when if you have a rental property, know who to bring into your home. Right. I've heard that before. Um, I am the bars, and I will look into that. Okay, so Joseph, they get money, they work, and they also get additional money from other people. Salma, what were you saying? Yeah, I don't think AI will take over any industry. Like I'm saying, if you're a landlord, like you own a rental property, AI cannot take over that. You can have like a system to manage what you receive in the rents, but you have to go to the property to make sure your property is being upkept. Certain things AI cannot take over, or the robots. They can certain industry, but not all of them. Thank you. I am the bars. They can in certain industry, but not all of them. So we'll see. They do. If I'll do my research, Like, yeah, not all of them. Yeah, you need money to buy the property, and you also need to be able to deal with people and know how to manage. You know, you need to know how to deal with people and know how to manage people. But that's a good inset. And Ari REITs is also good if you're willing to stock. I know about real estate, but I don't do it. No, I own a property. I owned properties before, but I don't like to, you know how some people chase money? They chase to be a billionaire, a millionaire. I don't like to do that, which that may sound stupid to you, but I like to have a peaceful life. Owning multiple properties is very stressful. Dealing with different personalities is stressful. And I'll do a story time another day about when I owned a duplex and what I had to go through, and probably give you guys tips and stuff. I'll do a story time another day, you know, on how to do that. Okay, I'll look into that. I am the Barts. I work in the real estate industry, but I can't like I it's like I can't tell you guys talk about my job. We can't. But it's different. It's on a different side. That was long time ago. I'm 43 now. I got my own house when I was 27 years old. So, if you have the means to be responsible and do that, then you should. You have to just make a plan to if you have a plan for your life like I mentioned, you cannot wing life. Yes. Yes, Godspeed. If you have a plan for your life, you have to plan it and then you make steps how to make it better. Yes, I'm in the US. Yeah, I respect people who have multiple properties, multiple investment, but I don't like to deal with a lot of stress. It's just too much for me, especially with kids. And sometimes it's hard to go in business with other people because to me, I'm very like controlling when it comes to business, and I'm very bossy, which when it comes to certain, if I'm involved, so it may not mix well with other people, because I like to take charge and know what's every detail of everything that's going on. So. But kudos to the people. I know a lot of people who have successful rental properties and they're doing very well. So I'm not knocking it. It is for who is okay with doing that. So, I'm in Connecticut, guys. Okay, I'll read that book, Battle Between Pain and Purpose. Oh, that sounds like a really good book. Yeah, I work the White House. Right. So I'm not bossy, but if I'm doing like business and stuff, I like to be in control. But the older I get when it comes to business, I like to sometimes put others in control because it can get stressful. And I've seen people where they have multiple properties. I have family members who do, and it's like um you need a property manager to manage those properties. You need someone. But I'll look into the REITs and I'll also read that book. It's good if you're someone who wants to invest and somebody who wants to like flip. I can have someone here who can discuss the process because I know people who do it. They work in the real estate up front with the properties. If they're willing to come on, we can come on and discuss that. You know, you have to have your set of contractors, but the market is so shaky now. I don't know if people are getting the profits they did before, like back in 2020 or 2021. The property prices have gone up so much. It's like, if you buy a property, will you really get your rate of return when you flip the home? And you have to research in your in your town or state. You're right. Most people don't like taking orders, KBT, but if you're in a business, sometimes you have to take orders from a female, if you guys are the boss. Right. And they did say people who read books live longer because your brain is being utilized more, and also it prevents dementia. So if you're older, stop scrolling on the phone so much. I know I like to also listen to podcasts and people on YouTube that also can teach me, but you should also pick up a book. I know it's hard for us to pick up books nowadays, but um, it's hard for us to pick up books nowadays, but the teachers tell the kids read 20 minutes per day, and the same for us. We can pick up a book and read 20 minutes for the day. Read 20 minutes, that's fine. Reading 20 minutes for the day, that will definitely help. Yeah, my property is is fine. It went up so much. I really want to sell it, but everyone keep telling me not to. Um, I know, Godspeed. You have to be the moderator. I'm not that light skinned. I'm dark skinned. Who said I was light skinned? Yeah, a lot of properties went up. So a lot of people, they have these home and they're selling it, but when you think about it, it's better to keep the property and, you know, get the rental for it. I don't have a filter. I'm dark skinned. When did I ever claim to be light skinned? I don't know. When did I ever claim that? I'm very much dark skinned. Who's saying I'm not dark skinned? I mean, how does it talking about something so important about investments, and then people are talking about the color of my skin? You guys just don't like to pay attention to good knowledge. You guys just like to talk about things that are so it doesn't make sense. You see my color, right? Oh, wow. I used to read a lot of books when I was younger. I used to come home from school, do homework, and then read books. Now it's really difficult for me. I have books, but I read like, I don't know, I have ADD. I think it's due to social media because I'll listen to podcasts. But I will definitely pick up that book, and I have a few books. So in 2026, that's my goal, to read a few books. To read a few books. So you're not dark. I said I was 27 years old. Yes, they are. Some of them are really valid because a lot of them do their research. They do their research and then, but you have to sometimes do your own research, but some of them are really good. But I think we should read. Reading is fundamental. If the kids are required to read, why aren't adults reading? Shane, you and me are the same. I'm addicted to the True Crimes podcast. For some odd reasons, I am so addicted to the True Crime podcast and the Fatal Attraction because I wonder why people do the thing. And I do mostly the court TV, the true crime, and then what else? That's what I do mostly. And then I have a few of my channels where it's like family stuff. Yes, I was 27. What age was I? No, I was 27. It was 2009. 2009. Yeah, I bought it in 2009. And now it's so much, but they're telling me not to sell it, so I'm not selling it. Right, it does. It's just the reason why I like the true crime podcast is because they tell it like a story and you actually hear about people's lives, like what goes on. And the things that people do are so crazy. But the thing is, it's always sad because someone ends up, no longer here. People do crazy things for money. That's why I said it's not good to date multiple people because doing that, it's like people don't want to get a divorce. They just want to do crazy things. Yes, yes. I have my realtor is a good person. Like he allows us to buy profitable house. Like this house that I live in now, this is my home. It's gone up so much since 2020, you know? And I think a lot of people houses have gone up, but it's like, when you have a family home, you don't really want to move. Some people they just sell their homes, but it will be hard to find another house at the price that I bought it for. So, the deck. I'll try the deck. Okay. Yep. If that's I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, I do. I do. But I don't really do a lot of stocks because I can't keep up with that. But I will definitely look into the REITs. I'm so happy for you, Shane. Congratulations. I don't like Bitcoin. Right. KBT. It's just ridiculous the way the rents have gone up. It's just ridiculous. And it's supposed to, they said it's supposed to drop, but we'll see. And the people are getting very good rates in 2020. Like the rates were like 2% or below. So the rates were amazing after COVID. Because I don't think I can get rich from Bitcoin. So it's like, it's all a scam. I bought this here. It's all a scam, you know? After I've determined that you're like chocolate red skin. Wow. I don't know how the color came into play. Right, KBT, that was expensive. You know, I would have to move. I don't know why people stay in like expensive apartments, but if you can afford it, then why not? You know, some people can afford it. That's why I say there's a lot of millionaires walking among us that we don't know. A lot of people with very high income, you know, but they just want to keep people down in certain areas, and it's so not good. You know, it's not good. Oh my goodness. Daily expense is so much. I'm not saying I don't like AI. I do like AI because Chat GPT, I do like say if I you write a sentence, it can formulate the sentence in a better way. I do like that. Like, you know, type proper and I speak proper, but sometimes Chat GPT have a better way of writing my sentence and stuff like that. I feel like you can use it, but for it to completely like control the way you think, I feel like you have to have your own mind. You have to have your own thinking because if you use AI for all your thinking, you know, where would your smarts go, you know? That's why I'm saying reading a book is better, is good for you, but they're saying AI will take over the world, but don't lose your knowledge, like your own brain, and don't lose your common sense when it comes to AI, is all I'm saying. It's good, but don't lose your common sense. Did you guys see my AI videos? They're so crazy. Now, what if people fall in love with AI? It's really crazy that they make the AI look so much like yourself. It's really ridiculous. I think it's very comical. I hope no one falls in love with AI like a AI video. Don't get tricked if you're single. I was thinking how a girl could pretty much trick a guy with the new AI videos they have. It's so funny. It's really funny. It's just crazy how AI can really do that. I think it's very scary in a sense. They do? They do? I didn't know that. I think the AI videos are kind of fake. And it's like, imagine if people can put you in an AI video. It's really weird. KVT Stone is here now. It's here now where you have to fight against AI. Time is coming now. Look at in the grocery store, people who run in groceries, they have all like, what, self checkout. You don't need people, you don't need cashiers because people are really going to the self checkout. But I was in the self checkout line yesterday, and I was seeing how an elderly lady, how she was having such a difficult time with the self checkout, but she rather go to the self checkout than to an actual cashier. So, do you see in that sense how AI is taking over? She's having difficulty, yet she still didn't want to go to a human being. She rather go to the self checkout. So, in that sense, it's already here where AI is taking over. I think in Atlanta they have robots who are delivering food for people. They're delivering. If you have DoorDash or something, they're sending the robots to deliver the food. So in some areas, it's taken over. Oh my God. Wow. Right. Drones are delivering stuff, especially when it comes to like the army. Did you see how with the war, the drones deliver things to Israel? You know, AI is already here. It's here, but be grateful that you still, if you're employed, that you still have your job, and be grateful. You know, you guys have to research. I think they have courses on AI where you can get money working with AI. So if you see courses in that sense, look it up, you know? Shane, yeah. I mean, I can meet people everywhere, you know? But yeah, for your couple, if you're trying to date, yeah, you should go out and meet people. But I think many people are just so, it's crazy. People are stuck on the computer. It's just the world is crazy. But make sure you go out and meet people and be a part of people, you know? Like, be a part of the human population. A lot of people are saying introverts, they like to be antisocial, but no, that's not a good thing. You have to mix and mingle with people, you know? And please don't get mixed up and start dating AI. That's crazy. That is hilarious. I feel bad for the single people out here. You know, they have to date AI. They have to date AI. It's really funny, you know? But be careful out there if you guys are single. Be careful about dating AI, you know? It's just be careful and protect your information as well because so much things happening on the computers. That would be hilarious. I think Tinder would get a lawsuit. Tinder would get a lawsuit. Shane, is that for, I mean, Nero, that's for real? Where did that happen? In the US? I have to do some research because that's very funny. That is really funny how someone is getting a divorce due to AI. That's crazy. Hi, Degrade. Please don't forget to like my live. Okay. Americans do crazy stuff. I have to look it up. I haven't heard of it. No, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's why I don't believe if you're a husband or you should be scrolling through the computer. Like, it's not safe for you. It's not safe. Don't scroll on the computer. It's not safe out there, you know? It's just not safe. I have to research that story for sure. Well, I'll look into that video. You know, I'll probably watch it tonight because that is so funny. Like, AI taking over a relationship, it shows you how people have gone. They're really gone. You know, put down your phones, guys. Start reading books. Yeah, you can come on YouTube and oh my God, it's too much. What do you think will happen? Yeah. Yes, Alexa. Don't forget about Alexa, you know? Don't forget about Alexa, guys. But yeah, you guys have to be careful. The thing is, I always say learn to love yourself, learn to connect with nature, learn to enjoy yourself. You know, I know how to enjoy and be alone in my own company, even though I have a family. But you have to have your own individuality. You don't have to be lonely if you're by yourself. Like you said, you like to go out and meet people outside, then it's okay to go out and meet people. Take yourself on a date, go out to eat, you'll see people, unwind, go to, I don't really like clubs, but if you go to like a brunch or something, you may meet someone. Go to the library, go to the movies. You never know, you might meet someone, meet friends, but don't be lonely and get wrapped in with AI. Well, raw guy, I feel bad for you. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. So guys, try to connect with yourself. Don't get drawn in by AI. Learn to love yourself and learn to date yourself. You know, you can date yourself even if you have a partner. Learn to date yourself and love yourself. Learn to know your dislikes and your dislikes and your likes, and get to know yourself. Yes, you need to start getting to know. A lot of people are not, they're just wrapped into social media, wrapped into a fake life, wrapped into everything that's in the computer. But your real life is outside of the devices around you. So get to know, connect with your family, connect with your friends, connect with your kids. You know, it's 2026. We have to learn to put away the devices sometimes. You can, you don't have to be on all the time, but put it away sometimes. You know, I'm not saying to completely get rid of it, but because I myself, I'm on social media. But okay, I will look into that, chain. I will definitely look into that. I will read the story. That is funny. That is the most hilarious thing. But I will look into it. And you know what, guys? It's very late here, 9:41 p.m. And I thank you guys for talking to me tonight, but I have to get off now because tomorrow's a work day, of course. But it was so nice talking to you guys, and the topics were like top notch. I love the topics. And for I will, it's 2:41 there. So I will go on and look up that story for AI. And I hope we're able to talk another time. Thank you guys. Peace and love. I'll talk to you soon. Stay blessed and have have a great week. If I don't talk to you, and have a great night. It was night meeting you guys. Make sure you subscribe so that we can talk again and chat again. I have nice topics. Have a great night and kudos. Have a great week, guys. Bye.